Welcome to New Day Cleveland. I am David Moss, and we are celebrating the holiday season. And what makes it really special is we're visiting Worcester. That's right, one of those beautiful little towns in Ohio that, well, it really represents Americana. You come here, visit the square, the courthouse, all the little restaurants, the stores, all the great things to do, but especially for the Christmas holiday, we've got something going on here because Sandra Hall has got some kind of window thing going on.
The Window Wonderland.
Window Wonderland. Does that sound great for the holidays?
Yes.
So what is Window Wonderland in Worcester?
Window Wonderland actually is the kickoff for the holidays, and the stores are all involved. They put their product in the window and make it holiday driven. Mm-hmm. And then we had the kickoff, and Santa came down off the roof onto the hook and ladder. We had carriage rides, we had live reindeer, we had hot chocolate, we had cookies, we had Mrs. Claus taking pictures. We had just about everything that you can imagine.
You talk about all the things that have happened, but things aren't finished. I mean, things are still going on for the entire holiday season.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the stores are ready, and we continue to celebrate.
You know, I've been to Worcester a few times. We've done a whole show here, I think, at least one time, and I was here a short time ago, but it seems like it's changed so much so fast. So, you know, here you got that old style, that cool thing about what makes a little town great, but it's still changing, isn't it?
We have to change. You have to change, and change is good. It takes time to do that. We've been at this a long time, about 30 years. So, but the buildings are here and redone, and the downtown really has gone through a revitalization from probably the late 80s.
Isn't it wonderful how people have come along and they've taken these great buildings that we sort of worried about not that many years ago, like falling into disrepair.
Right.
Now all of a sudden the place is vibrant. I mean, people are moving into these condominiums, apartments, and it is alive down here.
It is. We have 27 restaurants. We've become a destination for good food. And all the shops, they are locally owned and managed, and very boutique and individual, and people love it.
I got here a little bit earlier than you, so I was running around looking around a little bit, and I went to a great coffee shop, the Spoon Market over there.
Deli.
There's a chocolate shop from bean to chocolate.
Yes, and we're soon to have a new unique bakery right next door to the chocolate and that down there. We've got a butcher shop. We've got just about everything.
I'm a foodie, so you're making me happy right now. Hey, if you're driving from Cleveland, how far are we from Cleveland? About an hour, right?
About an hour, hour and 15 minutes. Yeah.
So it's easy to get here. So I tell you what, we're going to do is we're going to do a little exploring right now. We're going to find out.
Great.
Find out what's it called again? The window thing?
Window Wonderland.
Here we go.
The Wooster Chocolate Company is a bean-to-bar chocolate company. We make all the chocolate from scratch. It's organic, fair trade cocoa beans and cocoa butter and unrefined cane sugar. And that's it. In our dark chocolate, we only have 3 ingredients. And we just want to make pure chocolate with no soy, no dairy, no fillers. And I think it's delicious. I love it. And I love chocolate, so it's awesome to have your own chocolate factory.
What is spinning in here is chocolate. Almost chocolate. This is cocoa beans and sugar with a little bit of extra cocoa butter added just to keep the granite wheels lubricated. We do use granite on granite grinding to grind the sugar and the cocoa together, and that's what makes chocolate. It's heated by friction to, this one's about 140 degrees.
I love our Honduras chocolate so much. It is my favorite. It's the 70% dark, and it's got such a creaminess to it that it kind of offsets the darkness of the flavor. Other people love the Peru. Other people love the Madagascar because it has bright raisiny flavors, and it's just such a kick of flavor. And you know, the Dominican Republic and the Bolivia are kind of standard dark chocolate flavor for people who don't want a lot of weird notes in their chocolate, you know. But the Honduras is it's special. And the beans travel 2 days by canoe. So the cocoa beans, that's kind of awesome, but it just tastes so good. Drinking chocolate is not like a typical hot chocolate. It's It's like a molten chocolate bar. It's truly an experience that you have to try to really understand it. You know, hot chocolate is great, but drinking chocolate is rich, thick, delicious. It's kind of its own little dessert meal in and of itself.
Currently, we're working with 5 single origin chocolates, and you know, depending on the region that they're grown in, the altitude, the rain, everything affects the end flavor of the chocolate. Plus, what we do with it here also makes things taste different.
You want to unwrap it, you want to smell it, bite into it, and let it melt. And then
It's some gourmet stuff, but it's also accessible. We try to keep our price points accessible as we can for the quality of product that we have. So.
Wooster Chocolate Company is closed on Sunday and Monday. Our next stop is a butcher shop and bar under one roof.
Meatheads Union of Ohio is a local butcher shop that includes a tavern. So we have a select number of craft beers on tap and in cans. We got a little chiller system, so you take it off the rack, put it in there. At the same time, we have all these local beautiful meats. We focus a lot on sausages. All the sausages are made in-house, locally raised pork. We put all our own seasoning styles together. We do fresh sausages, we do smoked sausages, we do chicken sausages, and all of them are essentially like old school, old world family style recipes. So we have a menu, if you want to call it a bar menu, restaurant menu, very small menu, but essentially we present things that we make here. So we have a meatball sandwich that is my grandmother's recipe, super popular. Of course, every Italian makes the best meatballs, so it's hard to compete with that. But we also do all our sandwiches as sausage sandwiches. We do very simplistic things like a hot dog, but it's a hot dog that's very well known. We do smoked salmon, smoked chicken breast, and once again, all those things are done in-house. I think it's great how everybody knows everybody. So especially on South Market Street, you know, I know all the restaurants, I know the people that run them, I know all the chefs that are in the back. You know, we supply some of those restaurants as well with our hamburgers that are super popular as well. It's neat to have that camaraderie, like I said, and know everybody and basically help one another in building this whole downtown.
When we return, it's a greenhouse exploding with Christmas decor. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. It's our road trip, Christmas road trip to Worcester. I'm here with Glenn, who's the man behind Broken Rocks. How did it get broken?
It got broken? It's a great story. My wife is from Michigan, and there's a little spot in Broken Rock, or that's called Broken Rocks, right on Lake Huron. And I collected some wild grapes that I made a starter from that we still use today. And we were also married there. So
there you go. Broken Rocks is a restaurant, it's a bar, it's a breakfast place, it's a lunch place, it's a dinner place. How would you describe it to somebody like your best friend calls you haven't talked to him in 20 years? Broken Rocks, what do I do?
We have so many different things on the menu that you can't really go wrong.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
There's a good wide variety. There's something for everybody.
Yeah, and I love the pizza oven you got here. So what happens in the pizza oven here?
Oh, it gets real hot. Cook a pizza in about 2 minutes. And we make little personal pizzas, make our own dough. Obviously, we do a lot of bread. So.
Hey, so let's talk a little bit about, we'll talk about your restaurant, but a little bit about Worcester. You know, you decided to bring your restaurant here to Worcester. What makes Worcester such a charming place and a good place to have your business?
Well, a lot of people come here looking, trying to figure out what the magic bullet is for Worcester, but there isn't really. There's, just a lot of people who have the same vision, and we all work together to make it happen.
Real community.
Yes, real community.
Let's go through the menu a little bit. We were talking about breakfast. It's not the kind of breakfast the working guy goes before he goes out and lays bricks or builds a house. But
no, we don't open early enough for that.
Yeah. So how does breakfast work here for all our shoppers going to come down here for the holidays?
It's a great shopper's breakfast. We do an Aunt Mary's omelet, and French toast. We don't have a huge breakfast menu, but everything we do is really good.
Okay, how about we're gonna blast in here for some lunch? What's going on? What do you like?
Pastas are the most popular thing on the menu, but some people rave about the fish sandwich and everything. There's so many choices, it's hard to go. Soups are good, everything's good.
When I first walked in, the saloon part wasn't open, the gastropub wasn't open yet, and we turned the lights on and voila.
Voila.
Yeah, and I see you've got some special drinks on your special drink list too.
We certainly do. We have a local distillery in town now, so we try to use a lot of their liquors and work them into some seasonal drinks.
And let's get into dinner before we get to party time here. What's on the menu for dinner?
We do everything from steaks, burgers, pastas, pizzas, salads, soup. And we do a pretty wide variety. And it's hard to say, there aren't any dogs on the menu, so everybody seems to enjoy what they order.
This is one of the best places
That's
in town,
right.
or is the best place in town, right?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, yeah.
Period.
That's right.
How late does the partying go on here at Broken Rock?
Not that late. We close at midnight over here on the rock side, so it's more of a casual. We don't get too crazy and sing karaoke late at night.
There you go. So I'm not saving the best for last, or maybe it could be the best for last, but what everyone kept telling me about before I came in here was some kind of crazy dessert you make. That's a big deal.
The Belgian chocolate custard.
So tell me about that. Construct that for me. Tell me about
Well, it's really a pot de creme. So it's
a pot de creme.
A pot de creme, but when I was in Loudonville, if I called it pot de creme, people just looked at it and they wouldn't order it, so we've always called it chocolate custard.
Chocolate custard.
But it's really rich and chocolatey.
That's it. So it's called Broken Rock. This is Glenn. Started it with his wife, so it's a family business. And a whole lot of fun right here in downtown Worcester.
That's right.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Okay, if you're thinking about picking up some Christmas ornaments or sprucing up your decor, or maybe even some beautiful greens, there's only one place to stop. It's the Greenhouse Shoppe.
Greenhouse, it got its name because he would like a greenhouse and I would like a shop. So that's how it got its name, the Greenhouse Shoppe. We try to be a little different. We try to do a lot of things for the do-it-yourselfer. You will notice on my trees, I don't have as much stuff as some places. And that's because the customer, I try to keep it more simple, something that's not going to be extravagant expense. Basically, our whole operation here is kind of geared to the do-it-yourselfer. So Christmas is the same way. We take everything out in this room, it's all garden, and then we always have an open house the first Saturday of November. So it's a family type business and we get to know our customers and we try to have it homey, and actually even the building is designed that way. This building is designed for the everybody pretty much is decorating their home, so I try to instill in the idea of the building a home atmosphere and make it look like a home. We sell a lot of greens, and we think we have very nice greens. We try to have winterberry. You see when you came in, you saw like the porch pots. It's just a simple idea. You just take your flowers out of your container, stick your greens in, put some pretty berries in there. You look ready for Christmas with hardly any work. I try to have different colors for different people, and I try to, on the trees, we used to sell trees. We don't sell a lot of trees anymore except smaller ones, but we would leave part of it open so they could see what the tree looks like. I try a lot of trees, I'll take like one side, do it one way, and take another side and do another way so that they can get different ideas on the same tree. Well, poinsettias, we try to offer different colors, different sizes for folks. We try to have nice ones, you know, and a lot of people say they last really well for them. The trick's not overwatering them, but we have great success. A lot of people come in and say, it's April and I still have my poinsettia. So we have pretty good success with poinsettias also. Santas, it really depends on the individual. I try to have a lot of different Santas that kind of invoke the nostalgic of when a person was a child or something in their life, or a lot of them have like a different type of theme, and so that is to kind of, a lot of things around here are kind of things that like light up or play, or it's to bring out the nostalgic of when you were a child and the joy of Christmas. So We try to have lots of different things for everybody. So a lot of people tell us they come here because we have things different than other places. And I think that they kind of make it a tradition to stop here. We get a lot of people from out of town and they just come back every year to kind of pick up something else for their collection. And I think it's just because it's a homey, small place, it's kind of atmosphere that people just kind of enjoy, and making a day out, come to Worcester and stop in and see what's new this year and pick something else up for their little collection.
The Greenhouse Shoppe, it's located on Cleveland Road. That's just a few minutes from downtown Worcester. Coming up after the break, more shopping in beautiful downtown Worcester. Welcome back to our Christmas road trip to Worcester. Okay, we're going to talk about some holiday shopping right now, and our next stop has something for everyone on your list.
So JK Gift Shop is a gift shop that my sister and I started, and we kind of came in with the premise that we were just going to do something that was a little bit more unique, that wasn't your everyday gifty mantra. We want to step out of the box, make it a little bit more fun, make it more casual, but have something that we could offer everybody to come in if they're looking for a birthday gift, if they're looking for something special for their special someone, if they were looking for just a hostess gift, but that was unique that they wouldn't see everywhere. Local stuff is one of our things. We want to be out there and connecting with our community and where we're at with both stores. So down here in Worcester, we offer a little local line that has an ornament with the zip code on it, the little woo as we know it in Worcester. We've got great t-shirts, we've got great stuff for men's, we do a little bit of jewelry and fun things for the women's line. So a lot of different offerings, but we change it up all year round, so you're not going to see the same thing you saw 6 months ago. Nora Fleming is one of our big ones. It's an entertaining line. It's basically a great little dish that you can change out your mini for every occasion. Huge popular thing, easy giftable. And then our mud pie line is really cute. We've got a lot of great fun little sayings on it, and it's just a one little candy dish or a serving ware. It's just an easy pick-me-up, and everybody seems to love them because fun is funny, and all that works really well. So all of our Duke Cannon line is a line that is give back to the military. It's all military based, so they try to hit every branch of the military in all of their packaging, and then a little piece of the proceeds go back to them with every purchase that you make. So Baby is really cute. We've got these cute little storytime socks. So they're kind of, one sock is one little character and the other one is a second character, but they go together and they're for boys and girls, little knee socks. And then we have some great little plush guys. There are plush puppets and they have a little storybook in the front of them, but you can wear them as a puppet so it goes along with the story. Bath bombs have been huge for us this year. We took the next step in the bath bombs and did shower steamers, which have been hugely received because not everybody takes a bath every day. Shower steamers are the same premise. You drop one in the bottom of the shower and it steams up, has a great scent, and there's like 4 different scents that we offer. And then we've got cute little soaps, hand soaps. They look like slices of cake, so you're getting a piece of cake as a gift in your cute little soap. We always would be willing to help. If you don't know what you're looking for, we'll help you find what you're looking for, but you're not going to leave empty-handed.
JK Gifts has a second location in Medina. Okay, how about a tasty gift? Check this out.
We're a popcorn store. We make homemade fudge, we make cinnamon roasted nuts, gourmet hard dip ice cream, homemade chocolates. So just a little bit of everything for your sweet taste. Our popcorn, I'd say total, we probably have 30 different flavors that we kind of rotate just, you know, as things sell. We have lots of savory flavors. We do some chocolate drizzled, so we have a little bit of everything. A regular popcorn has no seasoning. Kettle corn has a sugar base to it that caramelizes as you cook it. So once the corn's out, we spread it out a little bit and then we just lightly salt it. The salt just accents the sugar flavor. Take a sample of our fudge. We sell a lot of it. People like the smoothness and the texture of it. It's very good. We offer, probably 15 different flavors at any one time. We sell our fudge by the piece, which it is about a quarter pound per piece, but we like to sell it by the piece. And then it just gives people a chance. If they want one small chunk, they can have that. We do offer a special. If you buy 4, you get 2 free, so that's a pretty good deal for people. We do make the cinnamon roasted nuts here. We do almonds, pecans, and cashews. We're experimenting with some new flavors. I'm going to try a bourbon pecan, and we have a salted caramel and a maple flavor that we're going to introduce. We have chocolate-covered peanuts, chocolate-covered cashews. We make our Buckeyes with our own peanut butter fudge, and then it's hand-dipped in chocolate. I like the people. You know, I like people coming in. They're happy when they come in. They're happy when they leave. We really enjoy it. We love being busy with it.
Holcomb's Classics is closed on Sundays. When we return, it's time to shop for bargains. Okay, I heard that Worcester has 27 restaurants, a lot of restaurants, right? Well, how about some breakfast?
Tulipan is the name of my shop, and it means tulip in Hungarian. Everybody asking me if this was a lifelong dream to open a pastry shop, and actually I wish I would be that smart and figure this out much earlier, but this idea just came late in my life and my kids were all grown. What I wanted to sort of duplicate is the coffee shops back home in Budapest and Hungary, which everybody loves, and I thought Americans would love this idea also, just to spend some relaxing time with friends, with good pastry and good coffee. Mostly we recommend those that mostly on the top of this first case here. I would call them coffee cakes, the Hungarian tea cake, the bishop hats, and we have 4 different kinds of strudel. Those are all good with coffee and for breakfast. The omelet idea came a little later because I was just so focused on the sweets. But then people ask me if you have something else for breakfast than just sweet things. And rolled omelets I served for my family for a few years. I discovered this, the European style. So I thought, well, let's try that one. And the rolled omelets actually become probably the most popular in my shop, for my surprise. Now we have 6, and have to keep all 6 all times because people, you know, have their favorites. This is very different what anybody else offers, I think. You find old-fashioned things that nobody has time to make anymore. And we really try to keep the tradition clean. So these are time-consuming and delicious things that I think people really appreciate. You wouldn't believe how much nostalgia these pastries bring out. We had people in tears here sometimes, so it's pretty rewarding.
Nobody comes to Worcester without going to where?
Everything Rubbermaid, of course.
Everything Rubbermaid. So I walk in here, I was in here a couple years ago, had a chance to buy some stuff. I see some new stuff here. What's going on?
Well, we have a new line of Contigo. When Newell acquired 240 companies and stuff over the last few years, Contigo and Bubba were one of them, and we have just been so happy to have them in here.
What's so special about that?
Contigo and Bubba are product lines that are insulated, and if they tell you that the cup is going to stay cold for 17 hours, it will stay cold for 17 hours. And the same with the heat, you know, it's hot or cold. But, you know, Rubbermaid's always had lots of bottles, but adding Contigo and Bubba was a great
This is exactly what I'm talking about, though. You come here, and there's 3 floors of this, folks. I mean, this is a big building, and there's 3 floors. There's a big elevator that goes up and down, and every floor is just loaded with stuff. Like, this stuff here is great stuff. Like it sort of reinvents the lunch bucket, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
So what do you call this stuff, and how does it work?
It's fasten and go, and it's all self-contained. This is our soup kit, and you can have soup or you can have yogurt on the top, and there's also a little tray in there that you could have granola or whatever you want for the top of it. Or you can put your crackers in that for your soup.
I like that. This seems to me to be
and it's microwavable.
And it's microwavable, of course. So this seems like one of those places where you might have a tour bus pull up once in a while.
Yes.
It does happen.
Yes, a lot, and we appreciate those.
Yeah.
We
Look at
appreciate
this.
those.
I've got this under my cabinet at home, and I tell you what, I don't think you can live without this stuff. Like for putting leftovers in the refrigerator.
Right, and the thing of it is it all nests. The lid's all locked together, and they lock to the bottom of your container.
And we're talking about not just stuff for the kitchen. The second floor, that's where we are now, at the kitchen. But, you know, we've got waste baskets here and that sort of thing, things you might use in the
Pampers.
kitchen. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But when I came in on the first floor, I was shocked to see wheelbarrows and that kind of stuff. So what's some of the strangest stuff made out of that Rubbermaid sells? That would be strange to folks. I mean, you see it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, they wouldn't know that, you know, we carry ball canning. And
canning jars.
Canning jars and things like that. But the wheelbarrows are a commercial product, and they're very well made.
Mm-hmm.
So
we're not even we haven't scratched the surface yet. Talking about toys too. I mean, this is the time of year when everyone's talking about toys. Tell me about Rubbermaid toys.
Well, these aren't Rubbermaid. They're step 2, and we bring them in because we like to have a well-rounded selection for our families and such. But yeah, we've had step 2 with us for several years.
Yeah, and with those toys, I mean, this is part of Bargain Land, right? And Bargain Land might be the biggest attraction here?
It is. It very definitely
What are we going to find in Bargain Land?
For the most part, it's marked down, and we have some really good bargains right now, especially being this close to Christmas.
Hey, people come in here, how much money do they spend at the Rubbermaid store?
Oh, they could spend as little as $5, or they could spend hundreds. So
Hundreds of dollars.
Yes.
Rubbermaid, it's great stuff. I got a boatload of it, and I've always loved it. Okay, I need one thing now. I need something for olive oil. You have something for olive oil?
No.
Because I'm going to an olive oil store right down the street.
Well, they'll have you set up. That's great. They'll have you set up there because they come in beautiful bottles.
Okay, there we go. We're on the way to the olive oil store.
Okay.
Motts Oils and More is, we have over 50 varieties of extra virgin olive oils and balsamic vinegars. We have some traditional oils and vinegars, and then we have infused oils and vinegars, extra virgin olive oils and balsamic vinegars. What you do is you come in and you can sample any of the oils and vinegars that you like. They're in these little containers, and we have little sample cups, and you sample as many as you like, and we bottle them up for you if you decide that you want to purchase any. We have some bottled already, but not all the sizes. We have 4 different sizes and prices, so we bottle them up for you, and we do gift baskets. The olive oils are certified ultra premium olive oils, which means that they are the highest quality olive oil that you can purchase. And they are cold press and first press, which is what you want because you have the best part of the oil, the olive. From the cold press and the first press, you don't lose, there's no heat in that process, so you don't lose the nutrients and the minerals and vitamins that's in it. It's very healthy. We have garlic infused, which is amazing. It's great just to drizzle over cooked pasta. Put some shredded Parmesan cheese and some cracked pepper, some sea salt, and we have basil, extra virgin olive oil, Tuscan herb, blood orange, which is great to put on a salad with we have cranberry pear balsamic vinegar, which is really good with the blood orange. We have cara orange vanilla, which is really good with the salad and the blood orange, and you can make blood orange brownies, and you can make other things. That's the greatest thing about the oils and vinegars is you can use it for so many different things, like any kind of recipe. If you want a garlic flavor to it and it calls for a traditional extra virgin olive oil, just put in the garlic instead, and it just gives you that added garlic flavor. We have pasta and pasta sauces, DeLallo brand. We have dipping spices. If you like dipping the bread in the oils and vinegars, we have the dipping spices for that. We sell artisan sea salts and truffle salt, and we do have a couple specialty oils. We have a truffle oil and sesame oil, and we can get the walnut and the almond from our other store. We have another store in Louisville. It's the quality of the fruit and the process that they are made. I mean, that's how you get that ultra premium certification, is the quality of the product and the process that they go through to make it. Our traditional, all of our infused oils and vinegars come from Medina, Italy, and then our traditional extra virgin olive oils come from wherever the harvest is ready. So, like right now, we have 2 from Chile and 1 from Spain. So that'll change once that harvest is, done for that season. Then we'll have a different flavor in, or a different variety of traditional extra virgin olive oil in. But the taste, you can tell the difference between the good quality extra virgin olive oil and a store-bought extra virgin olive oil. So and our little cards on the product tells you kind of what to expect when you're tasting it, like the grassy notes that are in it, and it's just from where it's grown, the soil and the environment, and it all plays a part in the quality and the taste of the extra virgin olive oils.
Motts Oils and More has a second location in Louisville. Still to come, a boutique that has, well, everything you can think of. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. Our next stop is a restaurant where you can enjoy the flavors of summer all year long.
Well, Bob's Barbecue started up about 9 years ago, and it came out of a necessity for a Texas-style barbecue. Texas style is a dry rub. Sauce is considered a condiment on the side. You want to taste the meat first with the rub and the smoke, and take that combination into your palate. Then if you want to add sauce, you can. We suggest sparingly. If you put too much on, that's all you're going to taste. The proper name is Omahoma Bob's BBQ. And that was brought about by our 3-year-old when we lived in Salt Lake City. We were transferred to Oklahoma City, and she couldn't say Oklahoma. So it would be, Elizabeth, where are we going? And she'd say Omahoma City. So that's how the name came about. She reminded us of that when we talked about opening this. We lived in the Texas and Oklahoma market for 11 years, and that's when I had my corporate life. And finally, it was the decision came that the rats were getting bigger and meaner, and it was just not fun anymore. So this was hometown for me. This is where I grew up. We do use a certified Angus product on our beef, and it does make a big difference. We go for quality. Quality will bring you back a second time. Price will only bring you back one time after you taste it, then if it's not good, you won't come back. We do chicken. We do, our wings are outstanding. We do a smoked wing, and then it can be tossed in different sauces if you like. Our brisket is one of our big sellers. Our pulled pork is our #1 seller, and it's all hand pulled, and all the cartilage and connector and all that stuff comes out of it. So we do quite a few different things. Our beans are all cooked in the smoker. We're pretty proud of what we've accomplished, and the thing that really makes you feel good is when somebody walks up to you before they leave and ask you, if I'm Bob, and they say, I want to shake your hand and thank you for bringing this to Worcester. I mean, those are the things you can't pay somebody to do.
Our next stop is all about happy memories. As you stroll through Uptown Downtown Antiques, you're bound to see a blast from the past.
Uptown Down Antiques is an antique store. It is a emporium of, and I like to say we go from vintage to modern, of collectibles and everything you can think of from A to Z as far as unique things for the collectors and for gifts and just unique things. And we always say that, and we tell our dealers and our consigners, we price things to sell. We don't, price things to just sit there. So we love a good turnover in our inventory, and the biggest thing I think is customer service, and we provide great customer service with the staff that's here. But when they come in the door, we just bring them in, have a friendly, don't bug them. But as they wander around, through the shop, they always, they ask questions. We always use there's a rule. I think it's called the Moscow rule, because a lot of people will look at something and say, I'll come back later, and it has happened time and time again. They'll come back and it's gone. So our rule is, you should buy it now. We are probably the oldest antique store in the Wayne County area. And I think the staff has been with this organization for 20 plus years, in and out. This store originally started when my partner Early Wyant and I got together, and we had a thrift store located a few blocks away, a very small shop, and we sold gently used designer clothing. And after that, we thought, well, why don't we get into the antique store business? So we bought this huge building, which used to be a drugstore. If you really go back in time, it used to be a bowling alley. And before that, it was Maxwell's garage, where they actually sold Model T cars, and they serviced them upstairs. So the staff has basically been through the entire 20 plus years with this store. We have gone through a lot of changes as far as trying to keep up with what's going on Facebook and things like that. So our biggest theme is to serve the customer, to make the place look nice, make the place look fresh, and they've fulfilled that task. Through the evolution of the store, we've had dealers come and go, but we have a very stable dealer base in here now. We also have showcases. They can have a space, but we also have showcases which they can rent for the dealers that have smaller, what we call smalls. Then we started the eBay thing a couple of years ago, and eBay has kind of faded out. So then we were doing consignments, which is, we've done that within the past couple of years. Beautiful stuff. So we bring those where they sign a formal contract. They have to go through our standards, and once again, we price things to sell. And the latest thing is our estate tag sales, which Cecil Leslie's involved in that. So Cecil and I have done a few tag sales within the past year, very successful. It's a beautiful store. We always receive compliments. We're always changing, the displays. Each dealer is responsible for their own booth. However, we can help them change the displays out. We have themes. This particular month is the Christmas theme. So if you look at our displays in the whole entire area, it's always theme-based.
Uptown Downtown Antiques is open 7 days a week. Okay, we have one more place to celebrate the holidays in Worcester right after this. Welcome back to our holiday road trip to Worcester. And of course, our trip wouldn't be complete without something sweet.
Well, the Faithful Little Cupcake is we started out as a cupcake business, and it has grown into many other bakery items, but basically we're a small business that focuses on giving back to kids. It kind of happened. I was mentoring a group of girls, and they were all about 13 or 14 years old. I found out after one of our classes together that 2 of them had never celebrated a birthday. Didn't have a birthday cake, didn't have the party, and with my kids, I thought everybody did that. So that weighed heavily on my heart, and I wanted to do something about that. So I set out to change that. We've donated over 500 cakes to kids in the community and actually all over Ohio. Now that we have a presence up in the Cleveland area, we're venturing up there too. So with every wedding cake that we sell, we donate a custom-made cake to a child in the bride and groom's name. So when the child receives the cake, they're actually receiving it from the bride and groom. Well, we actually take some of our decorators into the schools and we allow the kids to decorate 2 cupcakes. We teach them a little lesson on hygiene when they're getting ready to decorate the cupcake, and then we teach them a lesson on giving and how something as simple as a cupcake can change somebody's whole day. So the kids will decorate 2 cupcakes. They get to keep one because it's really hard to decorate and not be able to eat that. And then they tell us about who they're going to give the other one to. And it's wonderful to hear who they're going to give it to and why. So they always share that with us. We opened our cupcake shop in the middle of a recession, so that's not typically good business, but the community rallied behind us and they love the mission, and people really do like to know where their money is going now. So they have been incredible at supporting us. We actually have over 140 flavors now. We always have 6 of our main flavors. We have the Buckeye Blitz, the Muddy Cow, the Red Velvet. We have a lemon raspberry and the white wedding cake, also the birthday cake. Those are our main ones, and a lot of times the girls will come up with things that they just think will taste well together. So we have a double trouble, which is like a peanut butter cake with a Oreo whipped filling, Oreo buttercream, peanut butter ganache poured over top of it, crushed up Oreos. You know, we like to make it an experience as well as just something that tastes good or something for a party or for a birthday. So we want it to be just something a little more than your average cupcake. We just really try to choose things that are well worth every calorie that you consume. So we do have a big variety of cookies. We have our sandwich cookies. Everything's made from scratch. We do a lot of different brownies. Our brownies are huge. When I hire people in, I don't necessarily look for the skills that they have. Most of the people that we have here now, I've hired on character. It's very hard to train somebody to be a nice person. It's very easy to train them to decorate a cake. So we go that way. The girls know working here, they're never going to become rich. The whole reason they're here is to be able to give back to those kids. I am extremely blessed to be able to come in here every day. Each day that I walk in here, I still say, I can't believe this is happening. It started with something so little and just kind of snowballed. So we are extremely, we meet every morning out here. We do a devotion together, we pray together. It's more than a business to us. We'd like to do a lot of things outside of work, getting involved with the community. We even traveled to Haiti together recently. So it's just a nice little way of us to be able to give back to the community.
That faithful little cupcake is in Orrville, but there's also one here in Worcester. Well, that's going to do it for our road trip, our Christmas road trip here to Worcester. And just remember, just about an hour from Cleveland, 27 restaurants, great little shops, and of course for the holidays, the beautiful windows all over town. And if you don't make it here for Christmas, there's still a lot of things to do year round. Rubbermaid store, I made a score. Hey, I hope you guys have a great holiday weekend. I hope you take some of these road trips to heart and get out there and drive and have some fun this holiday season. I'm David Moss, and we'll see you on the next New Day Cleveland. So long.